Hi everybody, I'm Andy the Vegandy. Welcome to another quick food photography tutorial. So I was just shooting these meal prep jars using a circular polarizer, and then I thought, well, maybe let's make a quick video about what is a circular polarizer and why you definitely need one for food photography. So I quickly explain to you what it is and how you can use it, especially in food photography. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so let's talk about the circular polarizer. I won't bother you with too much of the physics, but basically all light reflected from non-metallic surfaces becomes polarized, and this basically creates glares on water and reflections on glass. And in order to reduce those reflections, we can use a polarizer. There are linear and circular polarizers. With most modern cameras like the DSLRs, you have to use a circular polarizer because a linear polarizer will create problems with your autofocus. So always go with the circular polarizer. And what the circular polarizer does is by turning it, you can maximize or minimize the admission of polarized light and thereby controlling the reflections, for example, in glass. So let me give you a very practical example on how the circular polarizer works when I shoot these meal prep jars. Alright, so this is going to be the setup without any food in it, just the glasses. As you can see, there are a lot of reflections on the right side from the window that is next to it. The first thing to reduce those reflections is by adding a diffuser. See how the light is already very beautifully diffused and even, so we got rid of most of the reflections, but still there are some that we can definitely reduce by using a polarizer. So this is with the polarizer on, but the polarization has not been adjusted. See what happens if I turn it? Can you see how we get rid of the reflections on the glasses? And that's the max. So here it is again without the diffuser, and with the diffuser without the polarizer, with the diffuser and with the polarizer. Now let's add some food to that. We got very minimal reflections. And let me turn the polarizer so you can see how the reflections in the glass change. You see those subtle differences? So let's have a quick look again. These are the glasses without diffuser and without the polarizer. Now if we add the diffuser, that makes a lot of a difference. And now with the polarizer, let me show you another quick example. So I put the dessert jar on top of a rock plate. And as you can see, there's a reflection of the jar on the plate. And let's see what happens if I turn the polarizer. The reflection is completely gone. The image looks much more contrasty, much cleaner. Focus is pulled towards the jar. Nothing is distracting. So simple yet so effective that I can only highly recommend this tool for any food photographer out there. But I assume that most of you are interested in photography in general. So this circular polarizer is not only suited for food photography, it is suited for all kinds of photography whenever you want to reduce reflections. For example, the skylight is also reflected, and by using a polarizer, you can increase the contrast in the sky, making the colors pop much more. Using a circular polarizer, you can also reduce the reflections in windows, thereby they become almost see-through. And here you can see on the roof how the light is reflected, and with a turn of the polarizer, the reflection is completely gone, as well as you can reduce the glares visible on water surfaces, and thereby allowing you to basically see through the surface of water. So as you can see, A circular polarizer is a very versatile tool in photography in general, and especially in food photography if you want to get rid of reflections in glass or general kinds of reflections. A circular polarizer is a must-have for any food photographer out there. Last but not least, a little pro tip on buying polarizers. So these polarizers, they come in different sizes depending on the lens size that you have, like 52mm lens mount or 77mm lens mount. And I would advise you get a polarizer for the largest lens size that you have. So basically I have a lens that is 77mm, it's the largest lens size that I have. So I got me a polarizer in 77mm. And if, for example, I want to use the polarizer on my macro, which has a 67mm only, I use those step down rings. They come in different sizes. This one is already from 77 to 67. And then you screw the polarizer on the step down ring, and then with the step down ring you go on the smaller size lens. And basically this way you don't have to buy 5 or 6 or 7 polarizers for 5 or 6 or 7 different lens sizes. You only get one polarizer for the largest lens that you have, and you get the step down rings to adjust for smaller size lenses. And this way you save a lot of money and you save a lot of trouble when traveling, because you only need the step down rings and one polarizer. So that's where I leave it. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Have a wonderful day.